Hi there, students. To interact, one word. Okay, if two things interact, they affect each other. So, if you take this medicine, it can interact with alcohol. So, don't drink while taking this medicine. Or to interact, to communicate with each other, to share activities. So one of the first interactions that babies learn is to smile. The other interaction of babies is to cry. Okay, so they are communicating. They're to interact, to share activities with someone, to react to something. I interact well with my neighbours. To interact socially. Yeah, when you go to a party, it's very interesting to see how people interact socially. Or, for example, in social networks, when you post a comment, people can interact with that. They can like it, they can make a comment, they can do all sorts of things. So to interact, it's very common for people to interact with content on the web. So an interaction, to interact, to communicate with someone. Our customers interact with our salespeople. Okay, if two substances interact, they have an effect on each other. Maybe two areas of business interact, they have an effect on each other, or they work together, or they even work against each other. So to act in such a way as to have an effect, all of the different stages of the process interact. With a computer connection, you can interact with this video by giving it a like. Okay, so to interact, it's interesting to watch how a group of people interact under pressure. The team, everybody is very friendly when they're training and having fun, but when things start to get more stressful, the interaction is a little bit more difficult. Who are the people who you interact with every day? How does our economy interact with our environment? Okay, or the exhibition and the presentation of the artist's work allowed him to interact directly with art collectors. He's somebody who is very reclusive. He doesn't like to interact with people. The way the police interact with the general public can be problematic. Okay, so to interact, when people interact, they communicate, they work together, they spend time together. One of the reasons that children need to go to school is they need to learn to interact with other people. Social interaction is what children really are learning at school. Okay, two computers can interact with each other. They can exchange information. Or if two things interact with each other, they affect each other's behavior. So the water molecules in a glass of water interact with each other. They affect each other. I keep telling him to move around, to go and to get fresh air and interact with new people, to communicate, to cooperate, to connect, to socialize, to interface, to engage. All things are interrelated. In this world, everything is interrelated. Everything interacts with everything else. One of the problems with large classes is that teachers have very little time to interact with each child. Watch how the people in the group interact. We are studying the interaction between these two types of chemicals. Okay, the two ideas interact. Okay, a husband and wife must interact with each other's ideas. So interact, inter between each other, and act. There's an action between each of them. Interact, formality. I think I'm going to give it a 5 in formality, maybe 5.5, but use it absolutely anywhere. So interact, interaction.